My name is Jomboy. This is Jake. This is Jomboy and Jake Radio. We are on the main channel today. So I already did this, but the audio wasn't working. We're on the main channel today. So for anyone that's listening for the first time, this is Jomboy and Jake Radio. It used to be 5 days a week. It is now 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Some banter, some catch-up. Jake and I talk about our lives a little bit. We do sports news. We do weird news. It's usually on the Jomboy and Jake TV channel every single day. We're testing it out over here, seeing if you guys like it or dislike it. It also is live on podcast app every single day. It's not a new thing. This is episode 235. It's been going on for a while. We have a pretty nice audience of people that enjoy it, and we're bringing it to the main channel for now. Jake, how are you doing?
Good morning, James. I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Sports have returned, and you'll see in the banter section I highlighted sports as my disease. Which is a really bad phrasing of what happens, but it's a noticeable change. It's a noticeable change in how it just affects like the stuff in your brain that like pill commercials talk about, and they're like, "Are you sad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit."
I was with you. I mean, I sent some text to you and BBD last night.
Oh, you were running hot.
So hot for the dumbest thing.
Yeah.
I was loving what the Yankees did yesterday, which was inter squad game. Wasn't a game at all. There's no outfielders, like, you know, people that walked, didn't take the first base.
Yeah.
The right fielder just let one drop at one point because they clearly told him don't run in the grass.
Yeah.
But I was digging it. Like, I think my text to you guys was...
It was weird. It was spring training is what it was.
The game was weird, or my text was weird, both.
Game.
Okay. Because I was like, I hadn't like live gift a game.
Right.
In forever. I texted you guys and said, what is it? I forget. Basically, like, there was a part of me that was dormant for 7 months. And I was like watching games, getting live content out, showing Clark Schmidt pitches to everyone that follows me. I was in my element. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But it was so weird and didn't matter. Like, anyone that was like, I can't watch this, understand.
Oh, sure. And that's fine. But yeah, and for me, it piggybacked, and maybe we'll reverse engineer our way into the weekend because on Sunday night, I come back, was in Connecticut for most of the weekend. Me and Noodle returned to the city. Noodle's my dog, not my wiener, for any new listeners. And
could be both. Yeah,
interchangeable. Try not to though. But get back to New York City, and I'm
taking Noodle for a walk.
I'm tapped. I'm ordering food in, like I'm just done. I'm checked out. And I tell myself, I'm going to put on ESPN and I'm going to watch whatever sport is on there. It could be a game from yesteryear. It could be the basketball tournament is going on, which is just like, I don't know, a half step above college basketball, kind of not even. Anything. And I turn on ESPN at 8 p.m., and what is on? A 3-hour-long Eagles concert. Yes, not the football team, the old band, Hotel California. An Eagles concert.
ESPN 1?
ESPN, the main channel, the worldwide leader in sports, just put on a 3-hour Eagles concert.
What time of the day?
8 p.m.
I saw your tweets. You were running hot about this, and I like you said, sports are your disease. I just can't, like, I can't get to that place with you on this. Like, I don't, like, you know what I mean?
And that's fine, but I want to walk. I can try to bring people in the room because I had some heavy thoughts about this. Okay. Because, I get the entertainment side of things, but, the network was built off of sports, and there's entertainment in sports, and that's what some people have started to miss. And someone had a good joke that got me. It was kind of like someone referenced MTV not having music because that was the joke for a while. And it was like, oh, wow, how about that? But someone in an ESPN meeting, someone that had clawed their way up at ESPN, some little kid that probably dreamed of working at the worldwide leader of sports, sat in an ESPN meeting and said, you know what? Sunday night after the 4th of July, know what people would probably want to see on the sports channel? An Eagles concert. and other people agreed with them. And it really shook me to my core. And then 24 hours later, to be watching what the Yankees did, a spring training drill, and how locked in you and I were, and our, a lot of our fan base, and just the Yankees universe, a lot of the baseball universe. It was 24 hours of opposite ends of emotions. So, I guess thanks ESPN, because that's let us grow as a company, but just tough.
It was like a Fresh concert they shot just for this. That's cool.
Yeah, on another channel, sure.
Hey, man, I don't watch ESPN.
Right.
I'm sure their ratings are plummeting. I would never, ever in my life put on ESPN unless it's Monday Night Baseball or Sunday Night Baseball or sometimes Wednesday night.
To watch a sport.
A specific sport. Like
absolutely.
It's a Yankee game. Only, otherwise, I avoid it like I don't watch ESPN. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like me, like their ratings are plummeting. So you understand why they talk LeBron and all that. Like when you see the numbers, like that's what gets hits. Like they don't care about people's interests. Well, they do. People. So I bet they did really good numbers on the Eagles concert.
No, no, they did not.
But it was like a brand new documentary they shot just for that. It's looking like that.
Like, I just don't get how those conversations could even start.
People don't watch our channel anymore. What can we show them without live sports?
Let's throw on an Eagles concert. This will hook in the kids on YouTube that we're not getting.
The Eagles are still doing live shows?
I don't know. It's just tough. But besides that, 4th of July in Connecticut, bounced around the state, a lot of old friends, a couple good meals, me and Noodle attached on the same leash, essentially, just trying to survive throughout the state. Saw my mom briefly. She went camping. She got kicked out.
Whoa.
Because she was drinking on the site, and there was no alcohol allowed on the campground.
Ooh.
So
who ratted on her? How'd she get caught?
She had some good lines. Dude, they left like one empty beer can out in a koozie, and Rangers came by and said 45 minutes to get out of here. And my mom dropped... just, an all-time line. She said, I've been kicked out of better places than this. So.
That is a good line.
Yeah.
Also, the Park Rangers were like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Still don't care.
Yeah.
Just leave. That's funny.
So, that was it. What was going on with you? The Jersey Shore, baby.
Jersey Shore was awesome. Ocean was awesome. Dude, I saw something wild that I think people will be interested in. There was a commotion on the beach.
Oh.
Right? A boat came way too close to shore.
Get out of here, boat.
They were by where all the people were swimming. I was going skimboarding with Reef, my 5-year-old cousin. Show him the ropes a little, throw the board down.
And vice versa.
Yeah, slide. Yeah, I was teaching him. But Reef's a badass. He's such a badass 5-year-old. Anyway, big commotion. Everyone on the beach, heads pop up like little groundhogs, prairie dogs, like looking like, what's going on? Then, people are jumping off the boat.
Oh, I like that.
And then the lifeguards are swimming out to the boat.
Yes.
And the lifeguards were first waving the boat away, like, get out of here. Right. You're way too close. And they were like, we need you. Help. We need you. Mm. The boat had a sick passenger. They drove as close as they could to humans and threw him in the ocean.
Jeez.
And then called the lifeguards to come get him.
Yeah.
And then his parents jumped with him to swim him to shore.
Right. So
then they brought him to the beach. They were doing CPR. They were doing all this shit.
Jeez.
And it was wild. Yeah. Wild. And he was dehydrated. So he passed out.
A little faint job. That'll scare you. That'll scare you as a parent.
Because in Jersey Shore, like the ocean, there's not docks on the ocean. You have to go all the way to the inlet, to the bay. So you are, unless you call the Coast Guard, which they probably should have done, you are a long way away from getting help. But such a weird plan. To just throw him in the ocean. He was passed out. They threw a passed out body in the ocean.
What do you think you would have done?
Maybe that.
Probably same thing. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe
I'm looking
get the lifeguards' attention before you throw him in the ocean so they can come out with some floaty devices and a ring.
Yeah. How do you even do that, though? Can you call the lifeguards?
Well, they were waving to each other. Once they gave the lifeguards this, lifeguards sprinted, like all of them.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'd have to see the wave back and forth because that's damn. Well, that was a plot twist.
Yeah, it was wild. And then Tanaka took a ball to the face like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if they wrote a news article about it. No. It was pretty wild, though. Throw a passed out guy into the ocean. Yeah. I thought he went like overboard, and then they couldn't pick him up. And they're like, no, they threw him out. I went after the lifeguard. I was like, wait, what happened?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's up?
Hey, don't tell these other beach people that
I had to be sneaky about it. Yeah. First, I was like, oh, you took the yellow flag down. It's getting safer out there, huh? And she was like, yeah, it's clearing up. And I was like, so what happened to that guy in the boat?
So that
I eased in. I sucked her into my airspace. And then I was like,
yeah.
Did they throw a guy off the boat? She's like,
and every other person came up and did the same.
No, because
try to throw him off the scent first tactic.
Yeah. But you gotta.
Oh, I just want to ask about the flag. I know everyone else is asking
everyone else
about
probably
the whole.
Everyone else is annoying you about
that carcass in the water, but
yeah, it was cool, man. I think he's okay. I asked the lifeguard at the end of the day, everyone good? And they're like, yeah, he was just dehydrated.
Damn.
Yeah. What a day that
Tough
guy had.
Break. Yeah.
Guy had a wild fourth.
Wonder if the water.
Wait, Mom and Dad. I passed out because I was a little dehydrated, a little hungover. You threw me off the boat?
Think he came to in the water? Isn't that the old asleep on the life raft and then you flip him over?
Slap
and
me in the
like,
face a couple times? Yeah. Just threw me in the
water on the boat? Seems like a mistake.
Wild. Other than that, the weekend was good. We had, I don't know if anything else happened.
A lot of family.
A lot of family. We took our Christmas pictures because the whole family was together.
Wow.
We do it every summer.
That's incredible.
A lot of baseball time. I mean, a lot of baby time, I meant.
Baby time.
Oh, so many babies. 2 babies, to be honest.
Baby festival, 2 babies.
Yeah. I was excited about the baby time. Little Edison.
A nephew and a cousin's baby.
First cousin once removed is the technical term.
Isn't that weird?
Sounds bad.
You like grow up and you're like, okay, we're cousins. That's pretty cool. Like our parents, we're siblings. That's tight. But then that next chain is like.
They need a better word for it. First cousin once removed sucks.
Yeah.
Like, why once removed?
That's tough, man. We got to change the cousin game because that's. I mean, for some reason, when you try to explain that next step.
What's a second cousin?
Like, if your cousin has a kid, that should be like, cousin kid.
Yeah, it's my cousin kid.
That's my cousin kid.
Is a second cousin your cousin's cousin?
Like, I feel like there's an internet joke about how close people are with their cousins. How it's like they get drunk on holidays and they go for a walk and their eyes come back beet red and stuff like that. But you try to explain how you're related to your cousin's child, and it sounds like it's someone you've never met before.
Yeah. So first cousin once removed. So what the fuck is a second cousin?
That's a cousin you can kind of kiss.
Oh, it's like your grandpa's brother's grandson. No, your grandpa's brother's kid is your second cousin.
Grandpa's brother's kid. Okay, yeah, sure.
So basically, your aunt's cousin is your second cousin.
It's just a bad system.
I have a whole chart here.
It's just called
the cousin chart, which is cool.
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. I might, all the way back here is third cousin twice removed. That is not a relative.
I mean, I'm lost at the cousin's kid. So anything outside of that.
Third cousin twice removed means you can make out with them. Hey, the chat from morning told me not to ask this question. They said don't bring up the pup. They said they specifically told me don't say puppy ejaculate on the show. Mac, I think, fucked a teddy bear today, and there was stuff all over. And Katie and I went down to Google, like, when do dogs start humping and having a result of the humping?
Yeah.
It says 6 months. He's only 3 months, but, he got into a teddy bear.
I think it could have just been like slobber.
That's what we thought. Didn't look like it. And then it was in the crevice of the teddy bear. Very interesting.
I mean, if he knows where the crevice of the teddy bear is.
Well, I mean, it was deep. It was deep in there. It wasn't just like drool.
Sure.
There was like so.
And they asked you to not bring that up specifically.
Yeah. A lot of people were in the morning chat. They came to this chat, see the chat here, and they're like, don't say it. So, yeah, a lot of people don't like when I talk about that.
to be back.
All right, let's go on to sports.
I did 10 push-ups today.
Oh, nice.
First time doing double-digit push-ups since I got injured.
You want me to rip out 10 real quick?
If you want, dude. Right before we go into sports, I was like really hurt.
Hurt?
From my back
winded?
injury, dude.
Oh.
Like,
but
hurt.
The 10 push-ups today hurt you?
Yes, dude, because if you remember one day I sneezed
Yeah.
and I told you it like felt like it ripped my chest and tricep.
Whenever you sneeze, it feels like your body's going to fall apart.
Dude, like I've had hurt.
Yeah.
And I've kind of kept that below the deck. So today was the first, like I've been trying to do push-ups and it was like, first day is like 4.
Oh. BBD, you want to rip out 10
7.
push-ups? No? Okay.
Into the sports.
Into the sports.
There's a lot of change going on in this country, people, and it's getting into the sports world. The Indians are potentially looking into renaming their team. We've had some talks about that. The Redskins are forming a group to find out if the team name is racist. Very interested to see what they come back result-wise in that. The NBA second bubble for the losers of the NBA, the not top 22 teams in the NBA, are planning on having an NBA get-together. Sounds, honestly, great, but bad. David Njoku requests a trade from the Browns. Probably smart. Endgame. Tanaka gets hit with a line drive. That was some scary shit, Shane. Patrick Mahomes, 10 years, approaching 500 milli. Kind of just insane when you really think about it. DeSean Jackson essentially posted that Hitler was right. Haven't seen that yet. Got the headline, though. And the MLB schedule drop last night, presented by Camping World.
Ba-da-da-da, ba-da.
Barge.
What do you want to start with?
MLB also bad at testing. We talked about that on Talking Baseball. Let's do the Tanaka line drive.
I have MLB's back on that.
Okay.
I had it on the Talking Baseball episode. I still do.
You did a little bit. Another team came out. Cardinals. They had to cancel practice.
Yeah.
Hopefully first week hiccups.
Did you hear, like, the root of the problem?
What, 4th of July?
Yeah, FedEx doesn't deliver on 4th of July.
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, yeah.
Kinda. But again, it's one of those things, when you're looking at a business you respect,
Yeah.
like you have to think that had to come up.
But they asked Boone why you didn't cancel practice, and he was like, what's the difference between 2 days and 3 days? You don't get the results right away.
Right.
So, no, either we cancel practice or we don't cancel practice, eventually we're going to be practicing with people whose results are in limbo.
Yeah.
Like that, like Boone basically said what I said, like, that was the plan. Why are we freaking out now when that was the plan?
Yeah, I think we're freaking out because, I mean, it was the first tests, and it was like, you know, normally
the tests are not showing up.
Normally it's the first test, and it's like, all right, let's make sure we do everything right, and then you get you do get one hiccup, and you're like, oh, okay, that's okay, check. This was just like, you know, to not have your first questions be, okay, so if we let teams practice around the 4th of July, is that going to be a problem?
It's an oversight, but I'm giving them the week to fix it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them about it.
And, dude, already the tone has changed so much from all of the baseball errors yesterday, like all of the miscues, people not showing up for tests, guys conducting their own tests, not getting the tests back in time, to, you know, a couple sim games last night. And guess what? Baseball people like baseball.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It is nuts.
It's insane.
Tanaka took a line drive to the head.
Dome shot.
He's got a concussion.
Boom.
Which is, you know, not great, but it's better than what it looked like it could have possibly
Not
been.
a mild concussion.
Yeah. How about that? Mild concussion is a bad term, I found out. Stop saying it, everyone.
Everyone at home, mild concussion is out.
No such thing as a mild concussion, says the Concussion Federation for Concussion Protocols.
Is that kind of bullshit?
I don't know. Don't ask me. I would defer to the Concussion Federation.
Yeah.
If you're, so I understand what they're saying.
It feels like a big flex by them.
Yeah, but I mean, the sports teams downplay injuries all the time.
Right.
So I think that
they are trying to protect players. But okay, like after it's done, like let's say Tanaka does get hit in the head, and knock on wood, the results have been good. Say everything goes smoothly. Like in theory, wouldn't that have been a mild concussion?
Maybe you can retroactively say it.
Right.
But they linger.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think after one day you can diagnose it as a
It was a strong flex by them. I respect it, and I get what they're pushing, but I don't know. Came in a little too hot for me.
Yeah. Redskins and Indians are planning to change their names. The Redskins are basically changing their name. They've basically said they will. They won't be able to do it for this upcoming season, which you got to understand. Like, it's 2 months. There's so much signage and branding and everything, but I think Haskins came out and said he liked Red Tails. I like Red Tails a lot. I think the logos are cool. The history's cool. You can keep the same color scheme, so cool.
Maybe go Washington Lizards, so you can have the Wizards and the Lizards.
It's like the Mets, Jets, Nets. Wizards, Lizards, Blizzards.
Gizzards.
That's
all 4 teams.
Yeah.
Sucks for the Gizzards, because Blizzards is actually kind of dope. For a
Capitals.
Hockey team, dude?
Yeah, the Washington Blizzards.
That's a dirty name.
Yeah.
Okay, remember that for the next time a hockey team needs a name.
The Washington Blizzards.
Dude, that's badass.
The Washington Lizards and the Washington Wizards. Lizards kind of blows.
Lizards half blows.
You don't want to root for the Lizards.
But you're going to get a fun mascot. You're going to get a big Geico sponsorship. Like, you can make that work.
Rhymes with lizard. What else are we missing?
Tizzard, not a word.
Is heard.
Is heard.
That's the next one.
That's true.
Slithered. Richard. The Washington Richards.
Washington Richards.
Triggered.
Dicks.
I think we had it with Wizard, Blizzard, Gizzard.
Scissors.
Saw scissors on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's good. Yeah, man, and I forget if I've told this story on here before. We were one of our buddies' significant others. We were just having a hungover Sunday on the couch, and she's not a sports fan. But we just we were talking about some sports teams, and she started like guessing the team name. Like we were like, I don't know. She was just like So we started going around, and we're like, hey, if we name a city, do you want to guess the team? And she's like, absolutely. Let's have some fun. So we're going around, and so we did, New England Patriots, nailed it. We did, like, Washington football team, Redskins. She got it, and she was happy with herself. So we did the Cleveland Browns. We did Cleveland. And she had, like, BR on the tip of her tongue. She's like, the Cleveland And we're like, we started giving her the international hand motion for like, you're on it. And she goes, and it was right after Washington. And she goes, the Cleveland Brownskins. And we were like, oh, no, that's not their football team name. And hey, people, if you think of that in that respect, think about how bad the Redskins are. It's been past time. So good news that they formed a committee to find out if it's racist or not. So
is that true? I thought they just were forming a committee to pick out a new name.
I'll check with BBD.
Part of Schefter's report was they wouldn't be forming this committee if they weren't planning to do the name change.
I think it was a committee to change the name.
Look at the way they phrased it.
You're both right.
Yes, the Schefter tweet comes in and says, like, they wouldn't just make this committee not to do it. But what Washington issued said they're forming a committee to find out if it's racist.
To find out if it's racist? They could not have said that.
I'll try to track it down if I can. If you could get there, BBD.
In light of recent events around our country and feedback from our community, the Washington Redskins are announcing the team will undergo a thorough review of the team's name. The review formalizes the initial discussion the team has been having with the league in recent weeks. The process allows the team to take into account not only the proud tradition and history of the franchise, but also input from our alumni, the organization sponsors, NFL, and local community. It is proud. Ron Rivera, head coach of the Washington Redskins, remarked, "This is an issue of personal importance to me, and I look forward to working closely with Dan Snyder to make sure we continue the mission of honoring and supporting Native Americans and our military. We believe this review can and will be conducted with the best interest of all mind." I don't read that the same way you're reading it.
I mean, it's a crock of shit. Like, they never say they're going to change the team name there.
No, but because they have to figure out the date and the new name, they probably want to wait on that.
And know what else? Someone commented this, and I didn't know if they were pulling my strings or not, but I think it was a serious comment. But, dude, in that second to last paragraph, they said, make sure we continue the mission of honoring and supporting Native Americans and our military. Why is the military involved?
Pandering?
What is any of that? So, I don't know. I think any other organization would have stated, like, we are on the path to change the name or say those words in there.
They just tacked on support the military at the end.
Yes, dude.
Like, has nothing.
Like, that's a very pathetic statement.
Well, I
Washington Redskins statement.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting anything good. And the Indians are going to change their name too, apparently, maybe. We did that on Talking Baseball. All the options kind of stink.
They're talking about it, yeah. We'll see, but there's good movement there. So, that's good. Have you heard about the NBA loser bubble?
Well, why would they do
interest
that?
you at all?
No, not at all.
A couple teams complained about it.
It's like the NIT.
Like, they just wanted more games, I guess. And I don't know. Like, if you're a player, zero interest. If you're a
players
fan,
of the good teams were complaining about the bubble and bubble life and all that. Why would you go there for a loser's bracket?
No idea. And if you're a fan, why would you... Like, the best thing that comes out of that is, like, nothing. Like, it's just fear of injury. Like, imagine, the Knicks have zero bright spots except R.J. Barrett, pretty much. Sorry, Mitch. But, like, if R.J. Barrett got hurt in the loser bubble, like a significant injury, I mean, that would be, like, so devastating. So, I don't really get it. That being said, and I was kind of caught in my romanticism from saying how much I love sports, I'd probably watch a couple. Just see what's going on.
Yeah, that sucks for the players. I would not want to go to a loser's bracket bubble.
Imagine being a veteran and asked to do that. Like, no way.
Yeah.
Something kind of fun about this is that the Knicks are not interested in going, and they seem to be the only team not interested in going, and they're actually kind of smart for once.
Yeah.
I like it.
We're like, we embarrass ourselves enough.
Good job, the Knicks.
We don't need your help embarrassing ourselves.
They don't want to play more basketball. They're figuring it out.
This headline about DeSean Jackson, I believe we got duped. There's no way. There's no way he said.
I saw it.
He said, the headline is DeSean Jackson.
He posted a quote from Hitler and was like, "You guys got to listen to this," and it was like some other stuff. It was weird. I didn't read the full thing, but I didn't want to.
Well, the headline is DeSean Jackson, essentially.
That's me paraphrasing.
Okay, posted that Hitler's right, which seems.
I have no hatred. Either way.
Where is it? Where's the original tweet?
It was on his Instagram story, so I think it's gone now. But
post a quote saying that. Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to say a lot of these words. Bad look, DeSean. Don't do that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Bad guy stuff. Not a DeSean Jackson fan right now.
I'm out on that whole story.
Okay.
Don't know how to even have thoughts on it.
MLB schedule, Jim. We're going to be doing Talking Baseball on this.
Mm-hmm. Did you see who has statistically who has the easiest schedule?
Oh, I did see it pop up on the Camping World.
I mean, very, very easy to guess.
Graphic. The Dodgers.
No.
The Patriots.
No.
Redskins.
No.
Who?
The Twins.
Ah, your Twins.
I mean, forever have the easiest schedule.
Mm.
If I was a Twins fan, I think it's a burden at this point. They thought they were so good last year, and they didn't play anyone.
Right.
Now they're not going to play anyone.
I mean, they get some more NL Central. But yeah, they're go get it, Twinkies.
The Twins have the easiest schedule. Their average opponent's winning percentage is .468. The Orioles have the hardest. And the Reds benefited the most from the new schedule.
Ooh, I like that twist.
Yeah.
I like that
They were
twist.
slated to face average opponent winning percentage of .506. It dropped down to .487.
There's so many ways to spin the schedule that I love it. Like the Yankees, in theory, have a pretty easy finish, considering what Toronto and Boston looks like this year.
Depends how you feel about Toronto, because on Yes Network, they're all saying that's going to be tough.
Right, and and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's pretty fun that you could say, like, well, the young Jays, they'll be more experienced by the end of the year, or if they're in the fight, they'll be feisty. Somebody was looking at the Reds schedule, and they were saying how, like, their kind of second stretch of games is easy. So, let's say the first couple weeks they're just going back and forth. If everyone gets in a groove for that second, like, that's when they can take off. Mm-hmm. And then at the same time, if you have an easy start of the schedule, you can be like, oh, easy start, we're going to get off hot, this is our year. So it's so funny seeing the different ways you could spin the same information.
Yeah, well, for the Yankees, and I didn't look at a lot of the other schedules yet, but for the Yankees, exactly what I said on yesterday's episode of Talking Baseball is what it is, which I'm excited about. I said, if you are looking at the schedules tonight and you want to kind of form an opinion, look for where your interleague games are and hope that they're all stacked up at the beginning. And the Yankees have 7 of the 20 in their first games. They go Nationals, Phillies. So, but Jake, if they were doing a 5-man rotation,
sure,
and just I mapped it out in Google Sheets and just spun it, which they're not going to do because Tanaka's hurt now. If they did that the way it was, the Red Sox, Rays, Red Sox series, we're getting Hap Monty every time with only one of Cole Paxton. So you can't have that. I mean, you can't have that.
You did it with off days and everything?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if they stretch it out with some bullpen days and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to. I was getting deep in the weeds and I pulled myself out. I was like, get out of here. Tanaka's hurt. Get out of here. But
between injuries,
if they said they're going to use a 5-man. If they did it healthy, dude, Clark Schmidt's fucking amazing. Although everyone tweeting out about the hitters yesterday, like looking bad, Stan wasn't even trying to hit the ball. People were getting on him. Legit was not trying to put a ball in play.
Yeah, and it's tough. A lot of people don't get the spring training vibe, and if you don't get it when teams are playing a game without a left field and the center fielder, they're removing people each inning and things like that, not running out balls. But again, people were tuned in, and I saw other teams across the league doing it. So good on baseball, and man, it's dude, we're 15 days away.
Close. Mahomes got a 10-year extension. You want to talk about this? We talked about this just in private yesterday. I don't understand why.
I'm happy for all parties involved, and the rumor was, like the one clip I watched yesterday was that things were very amicable. Like Mahomes is like, hey, I like it here, but you gotta give me a ton of money, and the Chiefs were like, yeah, we kind of get that. And I think what's going to happen is it's obviously insane money, and it seems like a lot now, but with the way NFL revenue has gone, and I think they have a new TV contract in 4 years, and that's actually a big part why Dak Prescott is holding out and he doesn't want to take a Cowboys contract, is because they think that, like, quarterback numbers just continue to push each other. So by the end of Mahomes' deal, it's probably going to be team friendly. It'll be interesting to see how 35-year-old Mahomes looks, but I don't know.
I think I'm reading now that the odds that they ride this out to the finish are like really, really low.
We could see. I think there's some stuff at the end which is pretty.
Are there opt-outs or anything?
I didn't see an opt-out. NFL contracts can be manipulated fairly easily. But I know there was there was an injury clause, but I think like he's gonna get $450 million pretty much.
What my question is, and I if someone has the answer, give it to me. I'm legit searching for an answer, not posing a take. Why did they do this?
For which side?
The Chiefs. Like, why they're not competing against any offers? He's not a free agent, they probably could have went 6 and like locked him up for that and then regrouped. Like, why 12 more years right now?
I think if
like you're not competing against anyone,
right, but if they were, like, the price was only going to go up. Like, Dak Prescott is probably going to get a pretty big contract. Deshaun Watson is going to get a pretty big contract at some point. And Mahomes is number 1. So whatever they get, it's going to go north. And I think the other thing that we're starting to see football teams do, and this was our whole Oakland Raiders theory, is that they can now just plan it. Like, you don't need to draft a quarterback in any round, like even as like a fun backup. Like, you can just build this team around Patrick Mahomes for a decade. And, you know, it's kind of the opposite of what the Patriots have done. Tom Brady has been in limbo for the past 3 years. He's locked up. Pat, get comfortable in KC.
Tom Brady doesn't move at all, though.
Open up a restaurant.
You know, Mahomes is an active, mobile quarterback.
Right, but I mean, I was saying contract-wise, Tom Brady wanted to be locked up for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
And
I think the Patriots are smart not to do it.
a little bit.
That's why I'm wondering why they did this.
I mean,
I don't see the plus side to it. That's what I'm saying. If you do 6 years and then see where you're at, like, you're still...
Quarterbacks are just good until they're older, man. Like...
That's the top.
And he's the top. He's the top of the top. He's number
He's only
one
24.
easily.
He's already the best.
I mean, this takes him to age 36.
Yeah. I just don't see why you wouldn't do, like, 6 years.
You got him for 10. You could be an absolute deal at the end.
Yeah. You could always renegotiate as well.
And then it could be a lot more money.
Yeah. See, the TV deal's an interesting factor. But, like, I just don't, like, when I was, like, 12 more years, like, why? Who are you competing against? It's like he had an offer for 10, and you have to go higher. Like, I don't understand. I would have put it, I don't know the opt-outs either. I hope there's opt-outs, opt-ins, stuff like that.
If any other QB, you know, the price would have just gone up throughout the years.
Yeah.
This is good for Kansas City. Like, if anything, Mahomes shorted himself.
Interesting.
I mean, it's kind of...
In 6 years, ping us. Let us know where we're at.
Yeah, will do. BBD, write that down. 6 years, Patrick Mahomes.
I can put it in my phone. I have notifications from 6 years.
Put it down. That's kind of your niche market.
Isn't it crazy that, like, calendar, like, I can scroll back to 2010 and find, like, what I did on that day.
Yeah.
It's nuts. So what's 6 years from now? 2026?
It's a good guess. July 7th, 2026.
Okay. Check in on Mahomes' contract. This is going to be hilarious. It will come up with Jake.
Boom.
For JJR. Done.
Take it into the half, kid.
Did you, real quick, before we
Hit
end
me.
this, did you see that a liquor store owner beat Schefter to the punch on the Mahomes deal?
The Mahomes thing?
Yeah. Front office guy from the Chiefs came in, bought a bunch of champagne, and told her there's a big signing, and she was like, I'm guessing they just extended Mahomes.
Boom.
Then she deleted it because she was so scared that the fan base was going to be mad at her for outing their secret. And then afterwards she came out and was like, I beat him, haha.
Yeah.
Just a screenshot. So I like her move. Hedged your bets pretty well.
I was first with the Yankees schedule. Did you see that?
After the TV.
No, it wasn't on TV yet.
Where'd you get it from?
Someone sent it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. Jim.
Well, you just had a picture of the TV.
Look at the picture again. It is not of a TV. It is of a computer screen.
But, well, yeah. But I thought that was just interesting.
Sources.
Cool. I was pissed the way they delivered the schedule. It took like an hour to get like dates and times.
Yes.
I was like, what are we doing? I don't care about this. Give me the dates and times.
Yeah, they were not great with dates and times.
It was annoying. All right. It's halftime. What are we rating the show by in July?
Ice cream flavors, right?
Oh, BBD, what's your ice cream flavor for today?
Today's ice cream flavor is kind of a trick answer. It's a Neapolitan ice cream. So we got a whole bunch of different things going on the Jomboy Media Network, and some of the people who are tuning in for the first time on the main channel are not familiar with the show, and they probably took a bite and were like, these flavors they don't go together. But then you take a bite and it's like, I'm
Isn't
still not so sure. And we
Neapolitan
had the
just
tech
3
difficulties at the
separate
beginning. We're
flavors?
like, oh, I don't care. And then
I don't know if that's an ice cream flavor.
I don't know. It came up when I Googled list of common ice cream flavors.
Yeah,
I think it's
that
just
is tricky.
3
It's kinda
ice
not
cream
a flavor.
It's 3 ice cream flavors, but it's all together. It's one thing.
If you blended it, then it becomes an ice cream flavor.
Neapolitan is.
But
I
it's
assume
3
when you
separate
scoop
flavors.
it, you get a little bit
It's-
of each thing.
Neapolitan is the Jomboy
But then
media.
it goes together.
Okay.
And then, the strawberry was the morning show this morning. And then, the chocolate and the vanilla was JJR, and we mixed in some talking baseball talk. So
you're making me crave In-N-Out. I used to get Neapolitan
Ooh.
milkshakes at In-N-Out.
It used to be funny in my household. The between me, my mother, and my sister, chocolate was the least favorite ice cream. So you just see the different levels.
Dude, down the
down.
shore, they have crumb cake. You've had crumb cake down the shore. And like, it's very regional. People in California, they are like, I know what crumb cake is, and they don't. Or they don't know this version of it. So there's an ice cream place in Lavalette. Lavalette's only a mile long.
Sure.
And you walk to your closest ice cream shop.
Right.
We go to the Parlor, which used to be called Salty's. Iceberg,
Add.
north side of Lavalette. They created a crumb cake ice cream. And they teamed up with the bakery in Lavalette that makes the crumb cakes. And it was genius. We went there twice because you have to try it.
Right.
Like, holy shit, we get crumb cake every morning. You get ice
Yeah.
cream at night when you're at the beach. Like, genius move by
Damn.
Iceberg ice cream. It was good, too. It wasn't great. It was good.
Wasn't great. It was good. Will you get it again? Will you be excited the next time it comes up?
I won't walk there to get it. If I'm on that side of town and ice cream comes up or comes on the mind and I'm at Iceberg, I will get that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got froyo last night. I'm worth it.
How was it?
That's good.
Katie and I are eating responsibly now.
That's good. I'm waiting for Jess to come back.
We
and
shook
then I'll
on
turn the
it.
switch
We
on.
shook on it. We said, let's hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
No more desserts. No more late night cereal. It's going to be so hard because I still like getting high, which I had to wait till the Yankees game was over to take my gummy.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, like, you know how the last 2 years in my post-game recaps, everyone 100% of the time said, like, how high are you?
Right.
And I've never, ever been high once in them.
Right.
And now I was thinking, like, fuck.
Yeah.
I have to wait till 10 to take a gummy?
You give yourself a 10-minute warning, 15-minute warning, 2-hour warning, something like that.
See, like, I should start timing how long it takes till I start feeling it.
See when the canary starts chirping.
Let that word resound.
Still the funniest line. We have a group of our friends have a typical, weed brownie story. We're fine, everyone's dead. And our friend Big Evan of Evan & Co., our buddy Ken said something really weird. And that was like, we're clearly getting high. And Big Evan goes, the canary is chirping. It's a really good old coal mining joke. Because it has something to do, they'd put a canary in the mine. And
Yeah,
it
you
would
take a
chirp
little
when-
yellow bird and you throw it down there, and if it dies, you're like, don't go in there.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Bird just died.
That's testing.
That's testing. Hey, go check out if there's gases.
Sorry, PETA.
They started slingshotting the birds at one point. And then they're like, maybe it hit a rock or maybe the gas got him. And then one guy had to go see if it hit a rock. And he was like, I don't see it anywhere. And he died.
Some bird probably, it must have been funny the first time they were like, bird, go that way. And it just shot the other way. It's like,
Fuck
I
you.
did not go down there. Man.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. The bird got us.
Yeah. What's the button I hit?
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
A California cult attempts to murder attorney with a deadly rattlesnake. The old Mark Antony Cleopatra method. The explosive physics of pooping penguins. They can shoot poo over 4 feet. Jake's favorite animal for a reason. Yep. Apparently the bubonic plague is back. I will not humor that. Canadian scuba diver in Mexico accidentally discovers a vast prehistoric industrial complex. Oh, that's awesome. And a report that a Florida man is trapped on property with 100 parrots. Oh.
I read the news today, oh boy.
I did not skim these stories before the show started, so those were all my very, very raw reactions. And these are some good stories, Jake. And I'm not going to push the vast industrial complex underwater to the end because I'm very excited.
Yeah, you lit up with that.
Underground, like, finding like sunken cities or underground old
Atlantis.
Yeah, it's cool. It's so cool. It was a simple stroke of serendipity that led to the discovery in Mexico of the earliest underground ochre. Oak? What's that word?
O-C-H-R-E. I'd say okra, but that sounds
Okra?
like the vegetable. I don't know.
Mine in the world, which a new journal article describes as a vast prehistoric industrial complex as much as 12 millennia old, where Paleonticians...
Okay. How long ago do we think is 12 millennia?
I kind of don't care anymore. It seems like not humans in my mind.
1200? 12,000?
Yeah.
How long is a millennia?
It's almost as we passed through a portal, said Meacham, a Texas diver who said Devos runs in... What? There's all sorts of stuff in these caves.
I think it's 12,000. It's kind of cool.
We knew people were in there, but it was not until they found this new chamber. They just found a bunch of rocks. It's not as cool as I thought it was going to be. But, I mean, how did they know people were in there? I'm trying to look at the pictures. Like, this one's blurry.
I mean, if it...
Look at this.
That picture doesn't help.
Like, what is this picture? There's no need to use this as any source.
I guess if there's anything built, we have to assume it was humans, right?
Yeah, there's like rock stacks. Oh, okay, the picture just unblurred on me. So that's cool.
So that's huge.
Just like rock stacks. I always liked this about being in the Connecticut woods. I had like 1.5 acres behind my house in Southbury. And if you just walked back there, you'd run into walls that a human stacked up to mark their land or, probably to mark their land, And you think like, how old is this wall? Because no one lives here. Doesn't seem like it ever needed to be made. So maybe that's what this is in the ocean. Just like, a bunch of walls stacked up.
Yeah.
And it's like, clearly someone did this.
It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's some nice masonry work in Connecticut.
It's wild. You just go in the middle of the woods. All of a sudden, there's like a wall formed. Like 2 feet high. The slates. Who made this?
Yeah.
Why was this here?
Not I.
Probably from like the 1700s. It's nuts. Yeah. All that land, I wonder if it got sold in Southbury. Some lady named Jackie owned it.
Shout out.
And she wouldn't sell it. It was worth like millions. But it was spooky living there because it just went forever. We had the fort back there.
The fort.
2-story treehouse I built. What other story you want to do? Florida man trapped on property with hundreds of parrots. Sounds like our buddy Nick Proch, who is the host of Talkin' Folk on Jomboy Media Network's dream. Jomboy Media Music. It's its own YouTube channel now. We got a lot of plans for it, so go check it out. Nick Proch runs it, college roommate, and he loves birds. He used to live in a room in college below the attic, which wasn't a real attic, and pigeons just lived in the attic.
Pigeon attic.
So it's just like he could hear the cuckooing of pigeons nonstop in his
always
bedroom.
loved birds.
He always loved birds. He was actually talking about that on the show with his wife, Courtney.
Freshman dorm. He put a bird feeder out our window, and there's like flocks of birds every morning, like 6 a.m. Freshman in college. It's like the biggest loser move we could do, and we pushed a lot of loser moves.
Yeah, like, would you guys get woken up by birds?
Every day. Every day.
You didn't rip it off at one point? Like, get this out of here. Squirrel come?
He's a choker.
How did that end?
I think he snapped one day.
It's like, fuck these birds.
Or maybe we just let it ride, man. It's a lot of birds. So I want you to skim the article pretty quickly because we do have the author at the bottom, and she has a Twitter account listed. So I always like when we can interact. And we bring the stories to life.
All right. Florida man trapped on property with hundreds of parrots. You want me to speed read it? Is that what you're asking for?
I just want to see if anything jumped out for you.
With a legal battle underway, a Florida man has had no choice but to spend every day and every night at his bird sanctuary with only a couple hundred parrots to keep him company. Majid, pronounced Magic. Majid, nickname Magic. Majid Magic Esmaili from Zaxkey, Florida Bird Sanctuary recently contacted the newspaper about his predicament. Oh, he was like, hey, you guys should write about this. I'm stuck here with a bunch of birds.
Here's something you might like. I'm trapped.
Get Twitter, Magic. Be your own
Magic's
reporter.
not getting Twitter.
He's got a 5-acre sanctuary surrounded on all sides by other people's property, leaving him with no way to get in and out. According, Esmaili used to have an agreement with neighbor Linda Fowler that allowed him and others visiting the sanctuary, including volunteers who help care for the birds, to use a path through her property that led to a public road. Fowler told the newspaper she was over Esmaili acting like a madman and scaring customers away from her horseback riding ranch. Because of that, she put up 2 locked gates and decided to take Esmaili to court. While a judge initially ruled in Fowler's favor, the case is currently in appeal, and a stay has been granted to require Fowler to open the gate and allow Esmaili to use the path until the appeal is closed, until the appeal is decided. This is way wilder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That should happen in a few days, but in the meantime, Esmaili said he's been struggling to feed himself and his 200 parrots, and described himself in an email to the Times as a prisoner on his own property. I mean, you could just like sneak in and out, man. Was she gonna shoot you?
Yeah.
This dude wants to be with the birds.
He's made a choice.
Didn't they give us the name of the sanctuary? Can I Google map this and find like
Sure. I won't stop you.
Zaxkey, Florida Bird Sanctuary? So this dude is just stuck. I'm gonna go see. Oh, there's a picture. When you Google it, a picture comes up. I wonder if that's the dude.
Does it look like a guy who would go by Magic?
Yes. He's got like the... This is interesting, Jake. It's not what I was expecting to be.
Okay. Outside of Tampa, right?
Yeah, I mean... Where is he stuck? This dude can get in and out of this if he wants.
Feels like they're loosely using the word trap.
Well, here's the equestrian center, right? And there's the bird sanctuary in the trees there. So, I don't really know what's going on. Like, it's tinier than I thought. If this is what he's stuck in, it's like 2 trees.
Yeah.
2 trees and 200 parrots is nuts, but this dude likes parrots.
I think the last Florida trap story we did was peacocks. What would you rather be trapped by, peacocks or parrots?
Parrots. Peacocks can fuck you up.
Okay. There you go.
When they go like,
yeah. Fuck. I'm pretty sure a peacock bit Jess when she was a child.
That's
I
scary.
think she had to get a bunch of shots and stuff.
Do you want to see what this guy looks
Now
like?
she only dates ugly guys. Sure.
Yeah, but you're a peacock. I mean, that is clearly not him. This is him. Yeah, so he's got like the name of his sanctuary. But I don't think there's any building, so I think he's just outside. Anyway, this dude is
He
just...
loves birds. I don't know.
Should I tweet at
Free
Should I
ad.
tweet at her?
What are you going to go with?
Just like, that dude can get out, right?
He's not trapped, right?
Yeah, let me see if she's... did she even tweet the link? Whatever, I'll just tweet at her and say... At Adrian Cutaway.
You don't forget your parrot trapped bird.
That
article.
guy isn't actually trapped, right? Is that what I should say?
Yeah.
No context? She'll know,
No
she'll know what I'm
context,
talking
yeah.
about? Okay. I wonder how many people follow her and follow me and are going to be like... Looks like none. None.
None, yeah.
Let's see if she gets back to us. Where's the other one? California cult attempts to murder attorney with deadly rattlesnake. Adds up, right?
Yeah. Murder
Sinanen cult.
That's tough,
Terrible name.
Bad name. How's their cult doing?
Is this a video of the cult attack? Oh, is this like an ad for... This is an ad for the cult on Oxygen Network. They're doing like a show about the cult.
Ah.
I'm out.
Out.
Explosive physics of penguin poop.
Penguins are great.
Jake's a huge penguin fan.
Go check them out, kids. The poop thing doesn't surprise me.
They can shoot poo over 4 feet.
I mean, watch them toboggan. Watch them walk.
I'm not going to read this website because the layout of the words is way too much.
Oh, know what you will need
it's
is
blocky.
We have a graph. I don't know if we're doing any.
Where's the graph?
Any screen share. Where are you? It's
second picture.
So there's the second picture and there's options to click on, and you'll see they did a penguin pooping graph, which is all time.
That's good. Yeah. Are you able to pull that up on your end? Not from my screen, just from your screen.
If you keep talking about it for a minute, I can.
Okay. Well, okay. So there's a penguin. He's got a nose. He's got a fin. In this one, he's standing on a block.
Yes, he's standing on some pebbles where penguins like to nest.
I mean, this is math, so I don't really understand this graph actually.
So that's what the second graph has some like serious map going on. Which penguin do you like in the two graphs more? Because we've kind of got.
Oh my God, the first one for sure. I don't even understand what the second penguin is.
I love they made a path from the mouth to
the butt.
To the butt. That is how every child would assume the human body works.
Just a straight line.
So wait, if food goes in, food must go out. From the original 2003 paper.
I don't really get it. Like, why is this news? If penguins can shit 4 feet, haven't we known that forever?
Well, Jimmy, there is about 3 paragraphs down. There's a headline that says "New shit has come to light."
Yeah, I'm not gonna read this though. They're blocking.
So they didn't
tough.
take into account projectile trajectory of the poop.
No one's ever thought about it.
Which is really, come on, science.
I mean, some scientists studied this. I hope they got like slow-mo cams.
Right? Like,
this
don't
is
scientists have to do a ton of tests?
This is basically StatCast for
penguin poop
shit.
StatCast, yeah.
Yeah.
Penguin
like, who's the biggest? Tell me the biggest penguin shitter. Who's got the best range?
Ooh, a penguin tournament.
In high school, I would have people at my house all the time, and we would drink. And it was a spot we would pee up against the fence. And 2 of my friends, Kraus and Brad, would have a contest to see who can get their piss stream the highest. It was like a regulation fence, like a backyard fence that's over my head, so 8 feet. I don't know how tall that fence are. Brad could get it over the fence.
Yeah.
Kraus would try.
Do you think his height helped?
Yeah, I mean, his base point is higher than mine.
Right.
Brad's 6'3".
Do you think he'd fluff a little bit to get a little extra?
He would do like a jerk into it.
Okay.
Like it wasn't a steady stream over the fence. He would like, bam. They would always have contests. I was like, I can't get it like to my face.
I'm interested.
Yeah, I think you have a weak bladder.
Okay.
You and I are on
agree.
similar pee.
I like having a toilet available. I mean, if I was building up to try to piss over something, I would.
This was just regular for Brad.
Right. Well, you guys were drinking.
Yeah, we were drinking.
Drinking the juice, baby.
Drinking and
Good job, Penguins.
Over the fence. That's what we did.
I'd like to do.
Bet of the day, it's the bet of the day. Bet of the day, bet of the day.
Did you want to finish that first?
No.
You'd like to?
I like to play with penguins.
Okay. Cool. Bet of the day. It's the bet of the day. Bet of the day. Jakey's making bets and getting things right or wrong.
Banging
Searching for the link
putts.
and I found it. How'd you do last week, Jake? Let's go
Loser, chicken loser.
You didn't go 0 for 3.
No.
1 for 2?
Yeah.
You went 1 for 2 last week, Jake.
Yes.
But you're on a two-game losing streak.
2-game losing streak. Yeah, and you know what? There were some funny results in the Prem League last week. I think between teams clinching and teams getting back into form, we've seen some funky results. But, Jim, now I know that. So now I can pick goddamn winners. And I think I'm going to win the people a little cheese today if they don't mind.
Okay.
Do you think they mind?
No. There are people that want an apology for the Newcastle bet.
I think we have one Newcastle fan in the chat. And yeah, apologies. Sorry your team stinks. No, they did good. They did good. Good job, Newcastle. Jim, what we are going to do, and this game's coming up, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. Wow, the walking diseases they go by.
Chelsea versus the walking diseases of Crystal Palace.
I didn't make it up.
You think so? Do you think so?
I may have made that up.
Okay. That makes more sense. Chelsea, they had a bad loss. Who'd they play? Chelsea Soccer, Chelsea FC.
West Ham.
They lost to West Ham, the Hammers, who were fighting off relegation.
But they beat the next team they played.
And I just think
Watford.
I think that West Ham loss kind of woke them up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And you know what? It's a terrible payback to win, and I don't love the 1.5 spread. That's way too much. We're just gonna take the over. It's 2.5. Chelsea, if even against West Ham, they got the loss, but they were throwing it in the back of the old onion bag. I think an over of 2.5 might see it happen in the first half.
Crystal Palace hasn't won
No.
in their last 3 fixtures.
That's not their tactic.
No. And Crystal Palace sucks, dude. I heard that they go by the walking diseases.
You did hear that.
But they're nowhere near relegation, dude. Do either of these teams have anything to play for? Are any of them in the Champions League or anything?
I think Chelsea just woke them up. Yeah, Chelsea should be going to the
Crystal
Champions
Palace
League.
ain't gonna get relegated. They're not gonna do good. Are they in any other tournament? Like, do they care?
So Chelsea's right on the fringe, and maybe this will affect you. They're 4th right now with Man U nipping at the heels.
So they got something to play for.
They're playing, baby.
So we're both on Chelsea to win.
No, I'm on the over. You always
The over's 1.5. You say
2.5.
spread's 1.5.
Spread is 1.5 to get a good payout. Yes.
I heard spread, so I thought you were taking the other.
I was walking us through it.
Okay. The over. I don't want the over. I want just to take Chelsea.
That's bad money.
2.5. I was looking at the wrong thing the whole time.
Okay.
And Chelsea's been scoring. Kinda.
Yep.
Kinda. I don't know. Chelsea's been scoring 5 goals in their last 2 matches. I'll take the over.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
There it is.
We're officially on the over.
Confident bet placed.
No. I didn't do any of the research I like doing.
Okay.
I was doing research just for winning.
Right.
I feel like I need that at the start.
Okay, well, I was building it up. So we'll lock you in for the bet next time. I'll say the bet is.
Yes.
Right.
And then I can do some research.
Right.
Chelsea's going to win. I did all that. I did all the research there.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all did.
Well, you're 6-9 and I'm 5-10.
I think I'm 9-9. I'm counting my first 3-0 week, so.
We haven't added those. BBD can add them and then they can be officially counted.
I'll add them on my own.
You got to pay them.
Won't do it. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Another episode of Jomboy and Jake Radio. Jake sucks.
Jake sucks.
Dun, 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 dun.